Okay, what we have is a zonal geranium, and for those of you who may be interested in propagating your own, let me show you how we typically go about this. At the end of summer, before the first frost, you want to start thinking about doing something like this. That's the window. And in the spring, if you want to grow them for the summer season, you want to get on them as soon as they're in a vegetative state. And we'll go over a little bit about how you can overwinter them and actually keep them in that state. A stock plant like this, you'll want to take a good cutting like this.
Take that little flower off.
We're going to take some branches off, and what we want to do is we want to strip it right down to this. So now we have about a 3 to 4 inch section. What we're going to do is we're going to dip it in rutone that has a fungicide in it. Typically we'll dip this in the rutone and then put it in a lightweight soil. Start them in like a 4-inch pot or put them in a tray. So if you want to do 50 of them, for example, which may be a lot, but if you wanted to do quite a few of them, you'd stick them in a tray in a lightweight soil that contains peat moss, vermiculite. Most of you are familiar with that soil, or you can mix your own. So you take sand and you take vermiculite.
You make a meatloaf.
The key is that you want to have a nice lightweight soil.
And you don't have to have a greenhouse to do this.
Right, you want to have actually, good point, as long as it's warm and it's very light, that's adequate. So then what we do is we stick the cutting. In about 4 to 6 weeks, you'll have approximately a 1-inch root system on this cutting. Once you have that, what you're going to do is transplant it into a 4 or 6-inch container, again using a lightweight soil. We like the Gardener's Gold because it's organic and it has all the ingredients that you need in a well-drained soil. So
it's good stuff.
After we've rooted out the cutting, what we want to do is pot it, and we're on our way to
this.
Or
that.
Or that. Correct. Now maybe we can discuss a little bit about how they're overwintered. If we want to keep our geraniums, our zonal geraniums, from year to year, what you want to consider doing is, again, you want to do this before the first frost. So late summer, early fall. We usually see the first frost in October. So somewhere before that time, you can take your geraniums out of the containers, or if they're in the ground, dig them up. Take it down to about 4 inches. And what we want to do is take your garden hose and spray all the soil off so that you have a bare root geranium. You can do one or two things. You can hang this in a garage or a barn at 45 to 50 Fahrenheit through the winter. Or you can put it in a bag, actually a paper bag, just leave the top open.
Right, or even an onion bag would work.
Yep, every 3 or 4 weeks take a look at it, and you may want to water it just to keep the stems turgid. We refer to that as turgidity, and it's just to keep it so it doesn't dry out. And that's how you want to take it through the winter. In the spring, what you're going to do is you're going to pot it up around March. Put it in a sunny window, start watering it, and you'll see new growth, new leaves, and that's how you keep them over the winter. You'll have a ball.